I think there's a lot of men out here that could learn from this conversation and say, yo, don't do it. It's not worth it. Give it 5 years. Think about it. Jerk off. Easy.
Yeah. If you single, sow your royal oats, man.
Go ahead, Fox.
Are passport bros the problem? I would probably say no. Just because the older I get, and within the years of marriage that I have, I'm just noticing just within the United States that a lot of women are out of order. In the sense of I kind of as I age notice like those who have not been married. A lot of times there's a reason.
Women included.
And I would say that those who
She
exhibit
was
a
talking about women.
certain type of aura, feminine, submissive, pretty much most of them are married. So I just think everybody should, rather each side should go if they want a family and they want to be intentional about it. If they find it works better for them somewhere else in another country, by all means. And if you get to the goal, do that. You can do that here. But that's just
Okay, y'all keep saying this. Tell me this. Like, y'all keep saying being intentional about being married. So as it pertains to men, do men just not, you just fucking hoes and you do whatever you want and then you find one. Just in that process, you find one. Like, what is this? I'm intentional about finding a wife. Like,
vet her.
Is it not possible with all these interactions with men, you don't just stumble up on a good chick and be like, oh shit, I'm out the game now?
No.
I mean, that's usually how it works, bro.
That's what I thought.
No,
that's
it
what
does not work.
I mean,
that's how it works.
Bro, as a married man, you know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like it works like this here. You date, you find a woman that actually has those qualities that you believe you want to bring her under your wing and make her your wife. You dig what I'm saying? The only way to do that is to actually date and find a woman that has those qualities. The only way you're going to see those qualities are dating with intention, dating with a purpose. If I'm looking for a good woman, I'm going to see these things. If I'm just looking to knock some shit down, I'm not going to see it. I might run right through it and keep going. You dig what I'm saying? But when you're dating with a purpose, you're looking for that. You dig what I'm saying? If I'm searching for it, you got a better chance of finding it.
I disagree. I don't think. I disagree. I think that you don't listen. This is what I know. I don't give a fuck if you're not dating, if you're in a no-fap zone, if you celibate, or if you fucking everything. We know the difference between the women that are good girls and the ones that's for the streets. It don't have nothing to do with being intentional. It don't have nothing to do with any of that. You run into people every day. Most guys that are active, that are actually interacting with society, that's going outside, that's doing stuff every day. Now, that don't mean that you're going to a fucking club, but you could just be active. You know what I'm saying? You out participating, whatever.
On your purpose.
Whatever. Most guys can tell the difference or know when a girl is a halfway decent one and one that's for the streets. I don't think it have anything to do with dating with a purpose or anything like that. Because I think that dating is just all you're doing is interacting with somebody's representative in the first place. Now, you being able to have that discernment because you know what it's like to deal with certain women is a different conversation. But I think that most people, a lot of guys know, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they just be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? They fuck over or whatever, or they just keep it moving, or they're not ready for that, or they're not interested in going down that path at that point in their life. But we know the difference between the ones that's about that and the ones that's not, bro. We know.
My problem is
but see, I think we saying the same thing. You saying you disagree, but I'm saying I think we saying the same thing. Until you get to a point where you.
I disagree with the fact that you have to be dating in order to be able to identify a woman that's halfway decent or
not. No, I was saying with intention. If you're gonna be out here looking for a woman, bro, like you can have the best thing walk past you, and if all you looking to do is crack and keep it moving, it's not gonna matter how good she is. You're gonna do what you got to do to get it and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But if you're looking,
that's counterproductive. What he's saying though,
it matters for me because, like, you treat the hoes like hoes, and I just think that you treat other chicks with kid gloves a little bit differently. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I reciprocate energy,
So weird.
and I'm not looking at like in a general sense, and I ain't even just talking about women or nothing, just people in general. I'm not looking to fuck nobody over just because I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that
Facts.
how you are in one thing is how you're supposed to be in everything. And so, from a business perspective, if I run into somebody, you know that you can get the most money possible out of them, but that's not what I do. I keep the same prices for everybody. I keep it general across the board. If I Rita will tell you, she's sitting right here next to me. I was talking to a guy on the phone today. He called me and he said, I don't want to say the details of the call, but I didn't agree with him. Like, I didn't agree with the way in which he was trying to source information and what he was going to do with it, because I felt like it was going to be negative. But then the first 10 minutes of the call, he had already paid me for 2 calls. I refunded him all his money voluntarily. And I said, I don't want to work with you, because I have to move the same way the entire time, no matter if it's money, no matter if it's people, no matter if it's a relationship. I cannot do somebody dirty just because I have the ability to. Just because I can fuck don't mean that I have to. And
Yeah.
so I just move a little bit differently, bro. Like, I don't think that just because, like, if I identify somebody as a good person, I'm not gonna fuck them over and then had that trauma with them so that they can carry that shit into the next relationship that they get into. It's just not culture for me, bro. I don't believe in that shit.
Karma.
Yeah, I think we're saying something different. I'm looking at it as in when you in a serious mode, you're not just frolicking out here. You know what I'm saying? You dating with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for a potential woman. You see
I
it.
think
But if you're not dating with a purpose and you just trying to have fun, you're gonna miss everything that comes past you anyway. You're gonna do what you
law
do.
law. I think what Anton is saying is, if you're on your purpose and you're doing what's best for you, that right woman is going to present herself to you, and you'll know it when you see her. Instead of just looking for her everything, she'll fall in your lap if you're on your purpose.
Hey, you'll be single and dying alone if you're waiting on some shit to fall in your lap.
Because
That's
if
not
you're
true.
chasing,
I
if
mean,
you're
That's
chasing,
not true.
that's
That's
not
not
if
true,
true.
you're
bro.
chasing
Like,
I
hoes,
turn down more than I take, brother.
let me tell you
Always
something,
have.
bro. My wife asked me to take her virginity in high school, and I told her no because she was a good girl. I told her no. And that's a fact. And I've told that story multiple different times. I told her no. I said, nah, you too good of a person, and I don't even think you know who
I
you
heard
are.
it.
You
Yep. You
don't
told
even know
us.
who you are yet. You haven't even matured well enough to understand how precious you are. I'm not gonna just fuck just because I can, man. Like,
I'm a performer. I'm a spoken
can I
word
just say
artist.
something real quick?
It
Go
gets
ahead,
thrown.
Carrie. It's real quick. I'm not really sure how big this passport bros thing is. I don't know. I never heard of it till I got on YouTube. But all I'll say is this. I
Women
just
don't
think
care about the passport boys.
my 10-year-old son the other day, he asked me, he was like, what advice would you give to like your younger self? And one of the things I told him, I said I would tell myself to really be clear of my principles, be clear of my values, be clear of what I stand for, what I believe in, like create my own filtration system, if you will, so that any decision that I make, I run it through that. And if it passes, I know that the way I'm moving is in accordance with what I think I should be doing. And the assumption is that I come up with those things based off of what I think God would have me do. And I said, I know for me that was missing. So my feedback to this whole conversation is I think people in general, but specifically men, since that's what we're talking about, I think that more men need to be clear of those things. I don't think that men are operating enough. And I'm not saying women are not. I'm just talking about men. So let me be clear, because I think women have the same issue. I think that more men need to be very clear of what are those things for me, and operate like that, not just in business, because I think some people have it in certain portions, certain sections of their life, but not across the board. And I think if you have it across the board, then it will filter out a lot of the nonsense that you may or may not get caught up in being single and being around an attractive woman or what have you. So that would just be my feedback to it.